Hello, hello guys. It is Sunday at 9 o'clock at night, and I am not a nighttime painter, but I am just feeling very much like I want to get projects finished and accomplished. They've been sitting in my workspace forever, so I'm painting. I don't know how many of you will be joining me this late on a Sunday night because a lot of you probably work the next morning, but I am going to be in vacation mode in probably like maybe 2 days. I don't know. I never take a vacation, but it'll be Christmas and my husband's birthday, and then it's my birthday. So I feel like that is usually when I feel like I need to take a break. And so right now I'm just like, get it all done, get it all done. Oh, hi Tanya. Hello, how are you? I'm still going, girl. I'm still going. I'm just like, okay, let's get this nightstand done. So, because I finished let me turn you. I finished that and I'm loving the purple. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit tomorrow and photograph it. So that was one of the things I wanted to finish. This is the other, is this nightstand. So let me give you a little background about it. It was previously painted, like, I don't even know, 4 months ago. And I was liking the look, but then I started another piece with a similar look, and I ended up just going with that full look on that other piece. And so this one became like, I don't really want to finish the look I was going for on here. So I'm just kind of going for a different color at this point. I don't even know what colors I used on it to begin with. I know I used Dixie Belle Sea Spray, that texture additive, to give it the texture, and I don't know what else I did to it. I seriously don't know. There was green and brown, and there was a lot going on. I should put this thing up on the wheels. Shoot, I should grab little wheelie things. You like it right now, or you like it with the purple, Tanya? Because I'm loving the purple. I'm like, oh wait, are you talking about the jewelry armoire maybe? Yes, that turned out so good. I'm really happy with it, except I will never do a jewelry armoire again. I'm telling you, all the little things you got to paint around, like the felt, and it was just, ugh. Okay, so I decided I need to do something with this thing, and I'm loving the paint pours right now. So I thought I would do another live, but this time do a live pouring the paint itself, which I'm debating. So I was going to do a paint pour on this. That's why the top's off. I'm debating trying to actually add color or paints into the resin and just pour it that way, and it's just one step, versus pour the paint, let the paint dry, and then pour the resin, and it just takes a long time. So I thought maybe I would attempt a true resin pour with the colors in it, but that's always a little scary because if it doesn't turn out, you've got that resin set on there. But this is a small top. I guess I'm not as concerned if it doesn't go well. This is the top. I just took it off just a little bit ago. Guys, the only way these things are held on is by screws. They're super easy to remove. And let me tell you, this tool, I know I'm getting sidetracked. Get this tool. It looks really erotic on camera. But this tool is awesome. It hooks to your drill. I don't even know what it's called. I call it a bendy tool. And it comes with different attachments. And my head is in the gutter. So hook it onto your drill. I don't know what it is. It's an erotic tool. I love this thing. But it helps me get into those little tight crevices. I just got it on Amazon. It was like $12, $13. Hooks on your drill, and it'll help you get into those little tight spaces to get those screws out. And that works great because even with the drawer out, I had to push this thing up in there, and anyway, it worked great. So get this thing right here. Love it. All right, let's get back on track here. So I am painting a blended look, but I'm doing it in a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a clean, pretty, soft. It's going to be soft, but in like a textured blend, as you can probably see by the first drawer. I know, right? So look, erotic screwdriver, erotic, yeah. Shoot, what was this thing called? I'll see if I can find the link, Tanya. Yeah, look up, gosh, where's my husband? He would know what this thing was called. It's just like a flexible, I don't know, you guys. I'm sorry. All I see now is this naughty thing. So, okay, let me find it, and I will put it in the comments after I'm done. Okay, but let's get to the paint, okay? You guys are cracking me up. So I'm painting with more Melange paint. You guys, I ordered like $300 worth of Melange paint, and I'm loving all of it. So today or tonight, I'm using this beautiful purple. It is called, hold on, where's my lid? The names are on the lid. Kismet purple. Is that how you say that? Kismet purple. Like a dusty, deep purple. I love it. It is different than what I put on the jewelry thing over there. That one was like violet vixen, something like that. We are a sick bunch. Yes, that's okay. Yes, my husband and I joke a lot like that. So, and then Sophies Pink, which I love. I've used this before. It looks kind of icky on camera. It's a really pretty pink with like brown undertones, but it's called Sophies Pink. And then Junket Gray. Okay, I don't want to tilt that, but just to saw, oh, my fingers are terrible. Junket Gray. Okay, so all I'm doing, I have 3 different brushes. Doesn't really matter what brushes, but what I have right now is a Klingon R12, just a small round. Again, doesn't really matter. I kind of like the small ones because of this project being a little smaller anyway. And then my Dixie Bells. This is a Dixie Belle, I think. I don't know what this one is actually. I don't know. They're both flats. One's just smaller than the other, but both flats. Okay. So I'm just kind of liking this look. You know who it reminds me of? If you guys follow Bianca from Lotus Theory Designs, I love the way she blends things, and it's kind of grungy. Anyway, I'm kind of going for that, I think. I don't know if I'll do transfers, but I am going to do the epoxy or the resin top, but like super neutral, like just whites and pearls. I don't even think I'll do golds or silvers or anything crazy, just super simple on the top, I think. Okay, so let's see. Did you find it? Ratchet magnetic screwdriver. Rotatable. There you go. See, you just need to look for rotatable. Okay, I'm glad you found that. What were we calling it again? The erotic screwdriver. Okay, that's all I needed, or that's all you'll need, just those 3 brushes. Oh, I'm sorry. I have another brush. This one's kind of important. This one is my oval small Dixie Belle, or any synthetic brush really works. I like this one, this oval one, for kind of blending. So I do keep this one dry and paint free, and you'll see why here shortly. So I'm just adding the cut, which this is probably mostly dry now because I started and then decided to do a live. So let me know if you guys can see, if I need to adjust. I'm just gonna layer the purple, which I'm gonna go back over where I just started here. So I'm going, my edges are gonna be a little darker. And I'm stippling just because there is, I'm going for that textured body, and it already has the texture on it, but I want to just maintain that kind of look by texturing. I don't want like a super, super soft blend. So when you layer paints, you want to think about, what I think about is kind of how the light hits it, okay? So usually when light's hitting something, it's gonna be, you know, the brightest kind of in the middle, and it's gonna get darker as you go out to the sides and underneath and such, right? So that's kind of how I think about paints, darker, and then it gets lighter in the center. That's not always a rule of thumb, but it seems to look nice. So again, that's just stippling on the purple, and I'm gonna stipple on the pink as well, the Sophies Pink. And just kind of starting to work that pink into that purple a little bit. And I have my spray bottle handy just in case I feel like it's getting a little too dry. I actually did like a little bit of green from another Melange color. I might pull that again. I thought maybe it was too green, but now that it's drying up here, It's just a hint of green. It's almost like the green from the base color I have on here is kind of peeking through. Okay, and then the a little bit of the gray, which this brush is getting dry. I always mist my brushes before I really start painting, just to keep the bristles kind of soft. Especially if you're taking a while to paint something, they'll start to kind of harden up. I actually keep like some wet paper towels and I'll kind of wrap them in the wet paper towel if I know I have to step away for a little bit. That keeps your bristles from hardening. Or I just stick them in a cup of water and come back and pull them out of the water and wipe them off and then start again. Okay, so that's what we got. Okay, so we want to soften that. Let's see. Are you guys seeing okay? I need to bring you down, or is that okay? I feel like all I see is comments, so I don't know what you guys are seeing. Okay, so I got my oval round here, and it's dry, it doesn't have paint on it. That's what I kind of want. I want to keep this paint workable. And same thing, I'm gonna blend, but blend in a stippling. A lot of you probably see blending done with, like, you know, you're swirling and moving, but I'm just gonna stipple, and it's already drying. I should stop talking. And kind of just blend those colors together. Working, again, pretty much from the outside in. And periodically I'll wipe, I have just a rag here, just a dry rag, and I just kind of wipe off this brush to keep it dry. I don't want to load it with paint. I have done that though. I keep a bunch of these. I have a bunch of these, so whenever I find my blending brush getting too kind of wet, I just grab another one. I have like, I don't know, 30 brushes though, so I have the privilege of being able to do that. But I know when I first started, I'd get so frustrated because my brushes would just get loaded and I needed them to be dry, and I only had a few, and I was like, I gotta stop and wait for these things to dry. So I definitely invest a lot of money into my brushes because I just have so many. I have so many different kinds and brands. I don't really love any, I mean, I like these Dixie Belle ones a lot. Any synthetic brush I like a lot. Aren't you gone for a while? Nice to see you back at it. You talking about me? I feel like I never quit. So I'm gonna just layer a little more purple out there because the pink kind of traveled out that way a little bit. So I'm just gonna, and you know, if your first blend doesn't look good, just let it dry and come back to it and do another coat or another layer. I'm not going for perfect here, so I am liking that a lot. In fact, it might need a second blend just because I think I'm already seeing up top where I can see too much of the base color coming through. So I think it's gonna need a second one anyway. But how does that look, you guys? Yeah, Tanya, I don't know, I like the Dixie Belle ones. I do like the Klingon. The only thing about the Klingon, I have several of those, is the, I'm not sure why they do this. I think it helps to keep the bristles in. They're very, like, stiff, very tight, which is fine for blending, like when I'm blending. But for, like, applying paint, I wouldn't apply paint with this one. And then Klingon also has the kind of larger flat ones like Dixie Belle makes, like this one. But they're even, like, fatter. And so anyway, for like actual painting, like smooth finishes, I don't as much care for them as much as the Dixie Belle ones. So yeah. Okay, let's do the third drawer, and then maybe I should grab the little wheels and do the side. I don't know if you guys, can you still see? Okay, let's work this bottom drawer. I never can tell if you guys can see or not. I'm gonna try to lower my camera down, but it's as low as it goes, I think. Yeah, and I'm just making it higher. That didn't help any. Okay, let's just do that bottom drawer here. I wanted to push this guy in though, because I can't see. I can't see under here. It's gonna push this drawer in, but it's wet now, so. Oh, let me pull this drawer out now. I just wanted to paint under that lip there. What do you guys think? Like, the handles are very French provincial. I don't know. I always feel like nightstands, I don't want to overwhelm them. So I can't decide if I should do a transfer or not. Now, Redesign with Prima has some new stuff coming. We just actually saw, I got to see all the new stuff coming for the winter release just a couple days ago. So I know what's coming, and I might be able to use something from that. I need to create content for that. So maybe what I have coming in the mail I can use on this, but I would like to actually finish this piece this year still. So, and I don't think I'm going to be getting that stuff until, they didn't say, early January probably. We got a lot of new stuff coming. Really fun stuff. You still can see, okay. Okay, so again, these are Melange Paints in, I already forgot the colors, Kismet Purple, Sophies Pink, and Junket Gray. So that was the purple there. I'm gonna layer on the pink. I barely put any on my brush, really. I kind of like to put it on my brush and just spray it, and that helps to what you have on your brush go a little bit further without overloading it with so much paint. Because then it makes the blending kind of difficult when you just have too much paint. Like, I'm barely putting, and then I just hit my brush with the spray bottle. Or hit my spray bottle on the brush. All right, a little bit of the I'm tired. It's been a long day. I photographed that piece, and that dresser, and it took me a little while. I don't know who's on here. Tanya, you were there for the live. So I was supposed to pull that tape off that epoxy pour I did, 2 or 3 hours, and I totally forgot. I did not pull the tape for like 5 hours, and it was a mess under that dresser top. So I had to flip it over and sand off all this like hardened epoxy because I just couldn't get the tape off entirely. I was so mad at myself that I forgot. So that took a little time, as I had to sand the whole back side of it and get it smooth on the edges, and then apply the dresser top back on. So I'm going to work a little bit more pink and a little bit more purple. No, I never stop, Rosie. I need to get these projects done. I'm so determined. Even my husband's like, seriously? Like, come watch a movie with me. I'm like, no, I need to finish this. I need to get this done. Determined before Christmas to finish at least this thing, and then I think that's it. I'll stop. I'll try to stop. It's hard because my husband's going to be off of work for 2 weeks. And that'll be nice because then I feel like I can work because I don't have the kids like hanging on me the whole time. And he's so great because he'll take them out of the house and keep them entertained, and I can just do this. I always tell him I'm jealous of him because he gets to work 10 hours a day, and I would love to work 10 hours a day. Seriously, I am a workaholic. When I worked in ophthalmology, I worked crazy hours, long days, but I loved it. Like, it went so fast because we were always so busy. and I love working. I kind of wish I wasn't that way sometimes. I think my kids get a little jealous, but I love working. I don't ever sleep. That's my problem. I do sleep, but I swear I'm working in my sleep. Okay, guys, what are you thinking of this? Is it making sense what I'm doing here? Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. Like I said, I think it's going to need another coat anyway. I'm so jelly. I'm watching Sing 1 with kids because we're going to watch Sing 2 on the 20th. Oh, fun. That sounds like fun. My kids want to see there's a new Ghostbusters. Did you guys know there's a new Ghostbusters? I'm trying to find the original Ghostbusters for them to watch. But they're only 4, 6, and 8. So I don't know. They might be kind of scared. I don't know. Although those were not scary to me, but maybe they are to them. Okay, so let me see if I got my little wheelie thing set real quick, guys. Hold on. Shoot. I've got 3 out of 4. How does that work? Oh wait, no. Okay, I might run to my garage real quick. These things are awesome. If you guys don't have these, by the way, oh, these are disgusting. I'm gonna run to my garage because I have like 4 sets of these things, but for whatever reason, I only have 3 in my workroom right now. I want to put it up on the wheels so I can easily turn it. So I'm gonna step out for just a quick second. I hate when I do that. Yeah, Kim, I know it is kind of, it's hard to be a workaholic sometimes, but yeah, I like this method too. It's pretty. I think it looks good. It's a little moody. It's going for that. But let me step out and grab those things. It'll take me just a minute. Oh, you know what? Maybe I don't need them. This is not that heavy, so maybe I don't need them. Look at the side. The side was terrible. I was going somewhere with it, I promise, but sometimes, you know, it's okay. You change your mind. It's fine, right? I change my mind a lot. Okay, let's do this. The same thing. I'm just going to work the purple. And it's kind of more difficult when you work in these larger sections because your paint starts to dry. So that spray bottle is going to come in handy, which it's about out of water, of course. All right. Let me get over here to this front side a little bit more. Oh, that's annoying. It's moving on me. I might just leave the solid purple, I think. And I, again, forgot to turn on my Do Not Disturb, so I'm sorry you're hearing all of my notifications. So how many of you guys like tape off? Like right now I'm getting real close to these drawer edges. Who all like tapes their sides so you don't get paint? And who all just says, oh well, get paint on it and you clean it later? That's usually what I do. Like denatured alcohol, if you don't use that, I love denatured alcohol, I love shellac, and I love mineral spirits because I use them more than I think I use paint. And denatured alcohol will take off paint. It's great for just, like, if I get it on the wood and it's dry, it will take it right off the paint pretty quickly. Or take it right off the wood pretty quickly. Mineral spirits is great for cleaning up right before you're going to stain a wooden top. It removes all kind of dusty, sanding particles off of it. Oils, things like that. I just love, or not oils, like sticky residue type stuff that might get on your pieces. I love shellac. I tape off because I'm OCD. I know, Kim, I'm OCD too. I'm super OCD, but there's certain things that I'm just like, I have a really steady hand. I do pretty good at not getting too sloppy. But I really hate taping off. I get kind of lazy. I'm just like, oh, I'll clean it when I'm done. I know some, So you stipple the entire piece. This one, yes. I don't know if you just are hopping on, but this base coat was like a whole other thought like 5 months ago, and I'm just changing my mind on it now, and it has texture on it. I used some sea spray previously, so it's got some texture, and I'm also pulling out bristles off of it. So I want that texture. I'm just going with that texture look because there's already that sea spray on it, which is that texture additive that you add to paint. So because it's already textured, I'm not going to go through the hassle of sanding this thing smooth and doing a smooth finish. So I'm going with this kind of Moody, I don't know what you want to call it, Moody acetone. What do you use acetone for? Like, I bet you use it like I do denatured alcohol. Because it cleans up paint too. It's great for getting it out of your brushes, but it's really harsh on your bristles. So I'm really careful to not let paint sit on my brushes. I always keep a cup of water near me and toss them if I'm just so tired and I'm done painting. I at least toss them in a cup of water, and I'll clean them, later. As long as they're in water, they're good. So I'm going to try to just keep this kind of wet because I'm needing to work a larger area here. Oh my gosh, there's cobwebs under here. I should have wiped the piece down a little bit. Okay, I'm starting getting the pink on here in just a minute. In fact, I think I'm going to pull this purple up more. I thought maybe I was going to have more pink, but I think I need to pull the purple up a little further. I'll change sometimes. I'll do that. I'll start with one idea in my mind of how much I want to blend, and then I'll go back the second time and realize, oh, I need to pull that color in more or go this direction further with it. But this needs to come down for sure. Let's pull this purple down here. I am just loving this purple. It is so pretty. All these Melange colors are, I'm just obsessed. Like I don't know how many I bought. I think like 25 or 30 colors. So you're going to be seeing me use that quite a bit here over the next few months. I'm trying to use up all my Dixie Belle paints and just kind of switch over, I think. Not for any particular reason. I'm really liking this paint. It's super easy to work with. I like that I can find that, they're based out of Sugar Land, Texas. Not that there's not stockists around here. I can't seem to find any yet. But, sorry, I've got a bristle stuck right on here. But I talked to a retailer, or I'm friends with a retailer, and she's going to be carrying it soon in her booth, which is like 2 miles from my house. So it'll be pretty easy to get here pretty soon. I saw they just did another, Melange painted, Tanya? Oh, colors, I bet. Yeah, I haven't paid much attention, I guess, they've got some new, here's the bad thing, I get little chunks of paint on the edges of the jar. I'm just so happy I can sit in my workspace because it has been a mess. All right, let's try adding some of the gray. 8 colors? Oh, I need to go look. Don't tell me that. I have a problem. Like, I get really fixated. If I like a product, I kind of go a little crazy and buy way too much of it. And I don't need it. Like, I didn't need 20 more paint colors. Like, I have, you guys want to see? Look at this. Okay, like, look at that. Okay, but hold on. That's not it. Look at all that. And there's more on that stand. That's where all the Melange paint is over there on that stand. Oh my God. So I do not need more paint. It's insane. I told my husband, I was like, I just want paint for Christmas. Like, just give me gift cards to like place I can buy paint because I have a problem. I'm even just going shopping. Like, I'll like seek out, like, is there any paint in this store? Is there any paint I can go look at? I don't need it, but I will take paint over jewelry any day. All right, so here's gonna be, I'm gonna stretch here before. Here's where I gotta start to work these. And I love the stippling because it just creates this really pretty cloudy blend. Do you guys recall that black dresser I did with the girl in the middle? I decoupaged that girl on and it was like pink and grays and whites. I did the same type of blending because the decoupage paper, or the paper that girl was on, or the background was that cloudy like pink and gray. And I was like, oh, I can do that. So, and it worked out pretty well and it was fun. It really doesn't need to be perfect. But this is gonna need another coat, I can tell. This is getting a little bit wet. Yeah, I might change, like, let's look at that. It's like, I can tell. It should stay like nice and fluffy. So I'm gonna change it out. Let's see what else. I think I've got another one. Yeah, I do. Ugh. And it's my own fault. I was just overloading it. Probably too much paint. And the way I can tell too on the surface is because, like, when I'm stippling, if I'm seeing, it should start to kind of soften. And when it starts to look like it looks like you're stippling it, I know the brush is too wet, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes sense. It should just look nice and soft, kind of blended. I'm also working a little, I should go the other way. I feel like I'm working a little bit backwards here. Oh my gosh, I'm just loving that. What do you guys think? Oh, my hair's everywhere. Just gonna soften up this outside because it got a little bit too wet. So it's getting a little drippy. This is just my brush with a little bit of pink on it. I really could like obsess over all day and keep going, but sometimes you just have to stop, let it dry. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it's gonna need a second. I can't tell. I'll look at the drawers now that they're drying. It's really pretty though. Yes, you're welcome, Roxanne. I'm glad you guys are liking it. I don't know if anyone's gonna buy this. It's purple. I feel like that might be a hard sell. I wanted to do another blue one, but I was like, all right, I've done like 3 blue pieces because I love blue and I could paint that light blue color all day long, but I needed to mix it up a little bit. I got a little too much up there. Okay, I gotta stop obsessing. I think just kind of move on, come back, because I can tell this purple is gonna need another coat. So that's looking pretty good though, right? I like it. I like it. Sorry, let me get that leg. All right. Well, I just have the other side. Oh, hold on. Let me do this back real quick here. So I'm not going to worry about stippling this back edge. Okay. All right, let me turn this thing and try to do that other side. Are you going to bling it up? What do you think, Tanya? Do you think I should bling it up? I mean, I feel like it will need some sort of wow factor. I mean, let's see. Let's look at the front again. Let me finish this bottom part here. I didn't do that. I don't know. What do you think? I don't even know hardware. Like, do you think gold might be too much? Probably not. I think gold's probably the only thing I could think of that would work. Maybe like a really antiqued gold though. Like, I don't want it to be fakey gold looking. Like too bright. It needs to be like kind of vintage looking. That makes sense? A vintage gold hardware of some sort. I mean, I'll keep probably the original hardware, which was that very French provincial looking pole. So that will probably be a vintage gold. And then I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'll probably, if you guys don't, I don't think I've done a live showing you how to apply that. I know I worked with the Posh Chalk pigments on that other piece, showing you how I was using it to just like dry brush it on. So maybe I'll show you how I apply it with an artist brush. And we could do the trim, like the trim of the piece. I don't know. That might be too clean looking for it. What do you think? I'm trying to think how I'm gonna do this bottom part here. And it's weird because I just have this one nightstand. I had 2 of these, and then I painted one for our bedroom. So one's in our bedroom, and then my nightstand is a different. I have all different furniture in my room. I don't have any matching furniture. They complement each other in colors, but none of them match the exact piece. Does that make sense? I don't have 2 matching nightstands. So wait, where's I going with that? Anyway, so I stole the one for my bedroom. So this is just a single. So I don't know if that's going to be difficult. I have a feeling it's going to be a hard time selling it because it's just one nightstand. I don't know. I'm going to see what this looks like if I do a little bit of pink here. Probably not going to add. Can you still see that, you guys? Yes, that pigment. I just ordered more of it. I just ordered yesterday. I flippin' love that stuff. I should show you some of the other colors I have of theirs. Because I have like several, but I love the pale gold. That's my favorite one, the one I use the most. I need to pull that drawer out actually, and I'll do that off here, but I need to pull that drawer out and paint kind of, I can see under it. Okay, let's try working those to, which brush? Shoot, this brush. I think it needs more purple. I need an apron. I can just wipe my brushes on my apron. Yeah, I like that. What do you think? Kind of the lighter area down here. I have like 5 zillion brushes around me, and I'm like, wait, which brush was I using again? That's pretty. It totally reminds me of something Bianca would do, I think. And I love her stuff. Ooh, it's so pretty. Okay, I like that. What do you guys think? What is, oh, is the original or the one paint? Oh, I'm sorry. It's the chalk paint. Just the regular. All of them are regular artisan mineral paints, the chalk paint. I do have the one, is that what they call it? One, the all-in-one. But for this, I feel like it works better to be a chalk paint when you're blending. Cause for blending, I like chalk paint. I don't have very good luck blending acrylics and those all-in-one paints very well. So I have seen other furniture artists do it. I am just more comfortable blending with chalk paints. I feel like I can manipulate them a little bit better. Let's do this side and then we can be done for the night. Gold hardwood highlights would look good. Hard to say until it gets... Yeah, I agree. I never know until I get closer to the end. And then sometimes I'll think, oh, this will look great. And I'll do it. And I'm like, that was not a good idea. Like, did you guys see what I did with this little jewelry armoire? I posted on my Instagram. I got this brilliant idea to take a stencil and hold it up against where I wanted the design to be, and then I took spray adhesive and sprayed, and then pulled the stencil back, and then applied gold leaf sheets. Thought that'd be great. It'll just stick with you know, wherever the stencil part is. And no, it went like the adhesive went everywhere apparently, and it was awful. It was awful. But I learned something, that Mineral Spirits does remove the adhesive and the gold leaf without compromising my paint. It didn't take off my paint, so I didn't have to sand and repaint. I just removed it right away when I saw it wasn't going well, and finished the front, which, as you saw there, why didn't I think to just go ahead and put the knobs on and see if I liked it? Once I put the knobs on, I was like, oh, the front doesn't need anything. The front looks good. So I tend to sometimes want to over design or you know, like push myself, and then I'm like, I don't know why, I just sometimes simple is best. So all right, I'll start working here towards the center. You guys still see it okay? I was just thinking about doing that exactly. Oh, you were going to do the spray adhesive and the stencil? That was a nightmare. I think I know what I did wrong though, Tanya. I think, it's hard to explain. It was a huge stencil, okay? It was longer than the actual piece itself. And so the top 2 drawers, the stencil was like flush. Well, even the 3rd drawer, it was flush. But then that 4th and 5th drawer, the stencil I couldn't push it any flatter, if that makes sense, because it was such a big stencil. So I think the spray adhesive kind of got like up under the stencil, and that's why those last two drawers were really bad. So I think if you do like a little bit at a time and you have that stencil really flush, so the spray adhesive can't go anywhere else except for those areas, you know, where the design is on the stencil, it might be fine. But again, you know, if it messes up, then just have that mineral spirits on hand. Because I thought I was gonna have to sand it all off, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna burn this thing, screw it. I was like, that thing has been such a nightmare. I hated it from day one, so I will never do a jewelry armoire again. Have you painted a jewelry armoire, Tanya? Like, they're just, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. I would much rather do a huge piece of furniture any day than the little tiny. I'm not a big fan of little tiny projects. I'll do them because that honestly sells, the small stuff sells really well for me this time of year, like my little trays and boxes and ornaments and coasters. Like I sold out all that stuff really fast, but I also got really bored quickly making all that small stuff. But it made me some pretty decent money when furniture is not selling. So for those of you that are furniture painters on here, I would definitely recommend making your smalls in like October and making a bunch of them, because your furniture sales typically will slow down anyway, I've found, at least in December. And that's kind of what's kept me, although this year I've done really well. I've had a lot of commissioned work, a lot of people contacting me, wanting me to paint their furniture, and I've said yes to almost all of them. So I'm busy well until February at this point, probably even longer. I started quite a few months ago. I just can't get out. Yeah, armoires are, oh, a jewelry armoire, or like a big armoire, like a wardrobe armoire. Oh, we have another Tanya. Tanya Lamb. Hi, Tanya. I love big pieces of furniture. I just don't like bringing them home and trying to figure out where to put them. I turned down a lot of furniture. People are always trying to give me furniture, and I'm like, I can't. I don't have any room. And then they see me bring a piece of furniture home the next day. I'm like, oh yes, I made room for this one. That's usually what happens. I can't pass up like the really, really unique pieces. It's very hard. Most of the stuff people try to give to me is from like the 80s, 70s, 80s. And I'm like, no thanks. Really like that old furniture. Not always. I guess, I don't know. I like really unique stuff. I like painting really unique stuff. So I'll tell you something I did to that big dresser that I painted with the epoxy. I wrote on the back side of it before I attached it. I wrote about how that this top was originally a wood veneer top, and that it had a paint and epoxy pour on it. So for the next person who decides they want to, you know, tear off that marble top or whatever, they're going to know that that wasn't really marble, or, you know, just so that they know a little bit about it, I guess. I always kind of like writing a little message somewhere in the furniture about like what I did to it for the next refinisher. That radio cabinet, I did the same. I researched that radio cabinet, and it was from the 1920s. And I put that on the back of it. I wrote on the back of it what it is, you know, the year that it was from, what it was. Because a lot of people were like, what is that thing? I didn't even know what it was. Then when I figured out it was an antique radio cabinet, I was like, oh, I gotta write that down on the cabinet, and the next person will know. So if you think about it, the next generation is definitely not going to know what that thing is. So, and I didn't even know what it was. So Really like to honor furniture the best I can, especially those really old pieces. Oh, a jewelry armoire. Yeah. Is it like mine, Tanya? Is it like the sides open up? If it was just drawers, I think they wouldn't be so bad. But mine, the sides open, the top opens. So I had a mirror to work around. I had so much felt to work around, which I got paint on the felt. I'm not gonna lie. It was really hard to not get it all over in there, even though I taped and everything. So I would say it's not like my best work in the sense of like, I think I could have done better. It just been cleaner with my painting, but problem is I had painted it white. And then I changed my mind and went with purple. So if any of you know how hard it is to paint purple over white, it takes so many coats. So I ended up having to paint it like kind of a dark gray to then paint it purple. So it's just so many coats of paint to get through, that white. And anyway, that's what happens when you change your mind too. You're like, oh shoot, I have the complete opposite color on here. So when you're painting purples, yellows, greens, reds, you want to have gray primer or a gray base, not white. It takes so many coats of paint to cover white when you go with those colors. I almost always use gray primer. I rarely use white primer unless I'm pretty much painting white. That's about the only time. I added molds to it and got a base coat on it. Oh, good. So you did start it, yeah. All right, let's do the this has gotten really dry, which is kind of a bummer because this brush will get kind of loaded with paint. Hold on, I see another little stupid hair. It's from the bristles of the chip brush when I applied the sea spray. Oh, ouch, ouch. My knees popping. Gypsy Magic. Ooh, a mauve purple from I Love. I haven't tried I Love Hue paint. So tell me about I Love Hue paint. Is it, it's chalk paint? I keep hearing about it. So don't tell me, then I'm going to want to buy some. Add a little bit more purple because it just got really dry over there. Chalk paint. Okay, I might have to look into that. Sorry, the whole nightstand is moving a little bit. It's being kind of loud. Ooh, look at what those drips are doing though. Do you guys see that? Hold on, let me bring it in closer. That's kind of cool. Wait, can you see that? Right. That's pretty. Might be kind of fun to leave some drips like that. What do you think? I kind of like that. Maybe I'll get it kind of smooth. Well, yeah. Let me smooth it a little bit more and then spray it, and maybe we'll do a little bit of drippiness to it. Why not? It's kind of pretty. I'm so working. I need to switch positions. This is not my comfortable. Let me go over here. Work over here. My gosh, it's gonna drive me nuts. It's making so much noise. All right, more purple just because it's drying. And it needs more in some places anyway. Yes to the drips, Tanya. You like the drips? Oh my gosh, that's gonna drive me nuts. It's like so much noise. Okay, let me smooth it. And even like my blending brush is getting a little overloaded. It starts to all just, the colors start to all do too much, like I'm pulling too much purple into the center right now, so I'm trying to keep that brush pulling too much purple into my center, but also smoothing it out. It's just hard because it's getting dry. Okay, yeah, I might, let me kind of smooth this out and then I'll spray it and see if I can get some more drips like that, because that was kind of pretty. I think I just need to lighten my touch a little bit and see if that works. I'm kind of pouncing a little bit, like harder. I wonder if I just lighten my touch a little bit. This side is a little more of a challenge for some reason. You notice that? I don't know how many of you like do techniques like this, but like one side will just go fabulous, and the other side it's like, oh my gosh, I can't get it right no matter what I do. Yeah, it's definitely gonna need another coat, at least like out here. I want this to be nice and dark, and I can see a lot of the green coming through. Okay, let's try spraying and see what happens. Okay, because what do you think? That looks pretty, right? What was the color used on the bottom of that jewelry armor? Okay, hold on, I'll show you. It was that Jacob's Well, I think is what it was. I don't know if there's enough paint for it to start dripping again. That's the only thing. You need enough paint for it to drip, and I've kind of smoothed it out. So let's see kind of what happens. So what I may have to do in order to get those drips to come back is add a little bit more paint, like here. Okay, and then let's see, my pink one. Oh, that was a bit much. There it goes, except for I'm going to control those drips just a bit more, because that was probably a bit much water. Now we're just really experimenting here. I don't know how this will look. Oh shoot. I got one of my hairs. Ugh. I see now I'm pulling up too much. I gotta stop blotting it. Let's just let that do its thing. I'm gonna stop messing with it and see. I like the other drips better. I should just stop messing with it. I think it was Jacob's Well. Let me leave that alone a second. I'll show you. Here, I'll just take you over there real quick. I'm gonna let that run for a second and see what it looks like. I don't like those drips as much as the other ones that I had going, because there was separation between the two colors, and that's why I did that. But let me bring you closer to this so you can see. I still have to clean it a little bit, but okay, so I used the Jacob's Well in there, and then I ombreed it up the bottom, the legs. So Jacob's Well into Violet Vixen or something like that. I don't know. That's a great. That purple is amazing. I love that purple. Okay, I do not like those drips right now. I'll show you what it's doing. Alright, that I don't like that right there. So let me try to smooth that back out. Maybe the second coat. The second coat, I'll try the drip thing because this isn't working. That's not working. I don't like that, at least. Oh, but that, see, right up there, I like though. Let me see. Hold on. Let me smooth that area out. I should have just maybe sat here and watched it because up here is really cool. Let me show you. I was lifting up my paint because when you get it too, so when you're, okay, how do I explain this? One of my layers was drying and then I sprayed it to reactivate it. And then even though it was partially dry, and then I sprayed it and then I hit it with my brush again and it pulled the paint up. So you kind of have to be careful not to do that. When it starts to dry and it's already too dry, you reactivate it and then you start brushing out it, you sometimes just pull it up. Do you see that right there? I can't tell if you guys can see it or not. The separation in the purple and the pink, it's really pretty. So I may do that more on the second coat. Love it. Love it, love it. All right, what are we thinking? I think it looks good. I'm gonna just paint this back really quick here, turn it around, and then I think we'll be done for the night. Let it dry overnight, and then maybe do another coat tomorrow. I don't know how many more lives I can do. I mean, maybe tomorrow night. I can come back tomorrow night, but I doubt it. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. I'll try to come on live tomorrow. I have all my children home with me. My husband's working, so they are crazy loud and they fight, and you won't even probably hear me because they'll just be screaming and fighting in the background. So I don't know. I'll get to do it live in the middle. I like doing it in the middle of the day because that's usually when I'm working, but I know a lot of you are working as well. Okay, well, I think I'm going to pull a little bit of this pink down here. Yeah, that looks good. How old they are. So one is about to turn 5, which I can't even believe my baby's going to be 5. His birthday is right after mine in January. And my other one just turned 6. He just turned 6. And my daughter is 8. And they flip and fight like no, I've just never seen children so crazy at each other's throats. I don't know if it's because they're so close in age. But I feel like my husband and I need to like take them to like counseling or something because it's just insane how much they fight. Constantly breaking up fights. I don't know it's fight, it's just they're super competitive with each other, and it's just like everything's a flipping competition with them. And that's unfortunately a lot like how I was growing up, just very like I had to be really good at everything. I was always competing with my older brother and sister for attention, and so I think that's kind of my kids too, so. Oh, totally forgot this whole lip up here. Must have that purple. I know, it is amazing. Again, this one is, oh, this one's Kismet purple. Do you want me to look up what this other one is? Hold on, I think it's violet. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Vixen violet. I was way off. Vixen violet. Look at this one. This is the color of the jewelry armoire. Just go buy all of the colors. The Jacob's Well is amazing. In fact, I'll just pull up the actual color of the jar. Look at that. It's really dark green. I know on camera it's a little lighter, but it dries, especially after a couple of coats, it's super dark. But it's dark enough that like, you know it's green, but not so light in the green color that it looks too like Gatory or whatever. Some of them look too hunter green to me. I like a green with a little bit of like teal or blue to it, and that's kind of what it has. Okay, I'm just cleaning this lip up. Okay. All right, guys, what do you think? How did it turn out so far? Let me just clean this up. I'm trying to do here, but I just want to blend this out a little bit more. I may even work up the pink a little bit. So I'll just kind of let it dry. Sometimes I'll go back. Like I feel like maybe these sides are too like solid in color and they might need a little bit like highlighting worked into them. But I can just tell it's going to need another coat of paint. It's just kind of a bummer. Second coat goes faster. Once I've laid out this base, it usually goes faster. Okay, I like it. You're so funny, Tommy. Let's see how that works. I gotta tell you, I think a lot of my clients' husbands do not like me. they're like, stop buying furniture from Sarah. I'm just gonna get under here real quick because I can see that it's kind of messy down here. Where'd my purple go? I was putting the lids back on already, I think. Shoot, where'd my... Yeah, there it is. I already put the lid back on it. I gotta clean up just under here a little bit. In fact, let me just pull open the drawer. That'd be smarter. Okay, I'm going to stop this where I'm going to stop because I'm ready for a glass of wine and I already drank all of it at dinner time, so I don't have to open any bottle of wine, I should say. Oh, I love it. I haven't done a Moody purple look, but I'm really liking this. All right, guys, I think I'm going to hop off of here and try to stop messing with it. I just keep finding places that I want to fix a little bit. And like I said, I'm gonna try to come back on. I'm gonna try to come on tomorrow. I just don't know what time. And then maybe we can do the Posh Chalk pigments if you guys want to see how I do that. That's real tedious because it's, you know, applying with an artist brush and it's very precise and just so yeah, we could do that maybe. And then I gotta figure out the top. Unless you guys want to see that live. Another like paint pour type of thing. But actually like the paint part being live. So we might do that. I don't know yet. Okay guys, I'm gonna go drink a little bit before I go to bed. Clean up my mess. And I appreciate you guys joining. I hope you learned something new. Go buy the erotic tool that we talked about. Which whoever it was, I don't know who that was that linked that. This is the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever. Seriously, let's go buy this. All right, guys. You enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you guys later.